Good morning and thank you for watching. I really don't know what to talk about. I guess because I'm given this one chance to try and impart some of my life lessons to you all, and there's been so much to talk about. The people in my life, the current social climate, the hardships I've faced, the hardships others are facing, growing up, moving away, learning who I've become, and manifesting goals for myself. Because all these chapters in my complicated time on earth have equal importance. And to some extent, they're all relevant to talk about. But if I had to choose one, which was the purpose of this speech I do, then I would choose dreams. Dreams, hopes, and all that come along with that. The inevitable failure that can hurt physically and the unquantifiable happiness that remains when goals are achieved. Today, I will tell you my story under the lens of hopes and dreams and under the lens of failure. Not because it has affected me, because it affects everyone, and it does affect everyone. In addition, because I believe everyone should experience what it feels like to strive for unrealistic parts of life, which can seem daunting and above what we believe is within our reach. We do unimaginable things and we feel limitless. What would we do without hopes and dreams? We would probably achieve for less, but we would likely hurt for less when we didn't live up to the far-fetched expectations we make in our minds. I sometimes think I dream too much. I have expectations, put myself out there for things I'm not likely to get, and I'm surprised or disappointed by opportunities that are out of my reach. I didn't get Walker Prefect. I have failed to receive automatis every single year that I've attended Appleby College. I got a 54 on last year's chemistry exam and a 68 on my grade 10 physics exam. I got cut from varsity basketball not once, but twice. I have never received a lead in the Appleby School musical. I didn't get into NYU. I have failed more than the average person at least. I have cried, wallowed in my sadness over opportunities that weren't granted to me. I felt broken, without possibility for repair. And while this might sound like an extreme exaggeration, it's true. I learned at a very young age that the world isn't fair. Whether it was being alienated from my three best friends when I was 5, or when I was put in an opposite basketball team than my friends, or driving past the homeless men that spend their time at the bus stop near my house. It was learning that I'm talentless in the art of math, being called dramatic by my peers, usually coming last when we'd run the weekly mile, and honestly just all around not succeeding in sports. And then I reached the age of about 11 when aspects of my life became apparent that weren't before. My social status, my insecurities, my grades. And around this transitional time, I experienced a failure that has since defined me. When I was about 13 at my old school Summerfield Academy in Bermuda, there was a division of math classes going from one regular class to 2 separated classes, one extended math and one standard math. In front of the entire class, my teacher announced new classes, putting me in standard. This impacted me more than I expected. I went home, locked myself in my closet, and cried all the afternoon to night. Someone had basically just told me that I was nothing more than average. She had peeled my eyes open to the truth of the situation. Next morning, I woke looking drained of all life, but still went into school. When I saw my math teacher in the hall, I ran to her and said, "No, you're not doing this. I know you put me in average math, but this isn't where I belong." I told her to let me challenge myself, and that is what she did. I spent the entirety of the 2 years I had left at school in extended math, barely making it alive, but no matter, because this small, seemingly irrelevant moment in my childhood made me the person I am today, stronger than before extended math. My problems might seem so trivial, and in comparison to the rest of the world, they are. I think understanding the unfairness of life doesn't just lie in war, the wage gap, poverty, climate change, or politicians. We are defined by the small and large problems we face, whatever size. They make us who we are, and they make us stronger and better than before. When I was younger, my mom would tell me that someday, somehow, it was going to change the world. And even in my young, inexperienced mind, I thought this was such a theoretical statement. My thoughts haven't really changed until I break it down a little more. Until I ask myself the questions I don't really have the answers for. Who do I want to be? Where do I want to be? And I guess the most important part, how will I get there? Because all dreams I hold close are nothing without the how. And to me, this how, this key to attaining a dream or goal is ambition. I don't think it's noticed enough how important ambition is to maintaining success, to reaching the opportunities that we want. It changes everything. The work that's done, but more so the appearance and proof that we care about what we're doing, that we're passionate and want to make our actions completely influential. In my room, there's a poster of New York. Ever since I was younger, I wanted to live there because my parents did, and they talk about their New York days so fondly, but more so for myself. It's symbolic of hard work and dedication, of my ability to reap the benefits of ambition. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. So when I didn't get into NYU, it didn't really make sense. But ambition isn't the quick fix to achieving whatever we want. That black and white poster still lies on the white wall of my room. I didn't take it down because it doesn't matter that I'm not there right now. It drives me. It's what I look at 1 a.m. in the morning, studying, trying to stay awake. Some have role models, some have experiences, and I have symbolism, a goal for the future, but they all do the same thing. It gets us out of bed. It gets us doing more than what's required. It gets us to our seemingly unrealistic dreams. So changing the world is theoretical. It's nonsensical, but maybe that's the point. Having a dream is a risk. All dreams are risks. They make us brave, willing to put ourselves on the line, willing to expose what we really are to the world. It's hard to approach talking about failure. Many have touched on this topic this year, and over the past 4 years specifically, it has constantly been on my mind. I think as well the pain of failure with no hope for success hurts even more. Failure is inevitable. It affects everyone, even the most successful of us. But the failure itself doesn't define us. It's entirely how we act that defines who we are. Whether we're ambitious or dreamers or maybe individuals overcome with grit. And yes, these are words and just words. And they can seem unrelatable. So the only way I thought to approach this topic truly authentically was to outline my own failures, which I have. I didn't get Walker Prefect, something I felt like I'd wanted forever. I didn't get to lead in this Applebee's Go musical, an experience I'd really hoped to attain. And I was never on the varsity basketball team. But I love being intercultural leader, and I love supporting Uyghur more than I would have loved that position. I got to meet people in the play, close friends that I wouldn't have crossed paths with being busy stressing over some role. And when I wasn't part of the varsity basketball team, I joined a co-curricular and met my best friend. And while these all have happy outcomes, I know it doesn't always end up that way, and trust me, I know. But in dealing with failure, there's an element of trusting in the idea that everything happens for a reason. So what lessons has failure taught me? To be a stronger, resilient, mature individual overcome with grit and the willingness to take the high road. To not blame a missed opportunity on anyone but myself, because that in itself is an example of strength and vulnerability. And to never lose sight of what could be simply because it's not the current reality. I didn't know what to talk about because I was afraid of giving a speech that wasn't truly authentic. Today I've exposed myself, but I think in the best way. Because if you're watching and you relate to anything I said, then just know this. Yes, the world can seem unfair. Even with small trivial problems that follow us wherever we go. Yes, failure hurts. It can knock us down. It tells us we aren't good enough. It reminds us of our mistakes. But taken from someone who really knows, our reactions to this condition us to become successful leaders and instill the ambition that is crucial for us to prevail eventually. As Oprah Winfrey said herself, I believe that failure is an opportunity to move yourself in the right direction. And we might not reach our dreams, or maybe not right now, but they wouldn't be dreams or goals or hopes they weren't demanding to achieve. It's what makes achieving them one of the greatest feelings in life. And when you're not getting to where you want to be, never lose the faith, the positivity, the hope for your future, because we achieve the unimaginable when we're overcome with unrealistic ambitions and limitless goals. And not just for us, for those in the world that need our help, for those that have bigger problems. In the moments when you feel like the world is against you, hold on to whatever perspective you've gained in this speech. When you've failed, have lost motivation, have begun to lose touch of your dreams, be reminded of the equivalent to my New York poster. Be reminded of where you want to go and who you want to become, and get there. Thank you. And now we'll end with the hymn, She Comes Sailing on the Wind.